What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining the Travel Tales and Talk podcast with Derek and Makayla. I'm Derek.
I'm Makayla.
Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? We are back, and we're going to talk about our escapade to Indy for the Olympic swim trials. We thought we had a great opportunity because our youngest is a quote-unquote swimmer. So why are we headed to Indy?
We're headed to Indy so that we could show London Rose, our youngest, what Olympic swimmers look like, because we chose the last day of the swim trials on purpose, because that was the day that they were going to introduce the entire U.S. Olympic swim team to the people. Because, you know, the last two events were being held that night, and the winners would make up the rest of the team. So there you go.
Correct. And also, we want to use that as motivation because she is a competitive swimmer. And we want to show her, hey, if you say you want to win these races, you got to watch these people work. And one guy said he had been training a whole year for this one event. So just the dedication and the time that you have to put into something to be great at it. Because she thinks she can do just enough, and that's good. But no, if you want to be great, you have to dedicate hours upon hours to this. And then another reason we were there, it was a fantastic last-minute idea from my beautiful wife. She just woke up. Well, maybe it was Saturday evening or maybe Sunday morning. Hey, let's go to Indy for the swim trials.
Indiana, y'all.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
And mind you, we live in Kentucky.
Yeah. We do live in Kentucky, but it's a border state, nonetheless.
It's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, my husband was like, okay.
Yeah, I like doing stuff like that. You've gotten me into that spontaneous road trip mentality.
But you know who wasn't into it?
London Rose.
She was like, what? 3 hours in the car? And it's Sunday.
It's my Sunday fun day. But I want to be great at swimming. Okay, whatever. So, but then again, I hadn't seen anything like this being reported on TV, nothing on radio. So how did you come about this information on the Olympic trials being in Indianapolis?
London Rose, because she does competitive swim, she has to be registered with the U.S. National
US
Swim
team,
League. Yeah. So we get these emails. So I have been getting emails literally for months leading up to this, because I was actually getting, our child is a diver as well, so I was getting the dive information. So we had the option to either go see the Olympic diving trials, which were being held in Knoxville, which was a 2-hour drive.
2.5.
Or the swim trials, which are in Indianapolis.
Which is 3 hours away.
Which is 3 hours. So ultimately, we chose to do the swimming because our child is, she's
more involved in the swimming versus diving.
Yeah.
And then also, we got a chance to see one of the Olympians. What's her name? Simone
Manuel. Yeah, because she's actually my favorite swimmer.
Right.
And which is, I don't know how to say this. Well, in the email blurbs, they were featuring those to watch. Each night they were highlighting the certain swimmers. And Simone wasn't being hyped up,
No.
And Simone's African American.
She was an afterthought.
So, and our child is an African American, and it was like really important to me for London Rose to see Simone swim. So I was like, oh, bummer, she's not swimming on the day that we're going, but it's okay. They got to show her because Simone did qualify in other events for the Olympics. I was like, gosh,
And it's good for her to see her because when she swims, and she's mentioned it before that she's the only person that looks like her in the water.
That has won a gold medal in swimming.
Yeah.
And the fact that I didn't know that Simone was going to be there, and then when they showed her name on the Jumbotron and she walked up to I was like, oh, she's swimming today?
We're going to see history.
It was the 50-meter freestyle. It was the last women's event. and Simone was swimming in it, and I had no idea because she was not publicized at all in these emails. They did not mention her.
Honestly, I didn't know she was a 50-meter freestylist. I thought she did the distant swims. So I didn't know she was a freestyler.
Yeah. So it was amazing. I was impressed by all of the swimmers. There was a 15-year-old. What's her
50
name?
meter?
What's her name? Riley?
Something like that. Sophia, Riley.
I forgot her name, but the girl was 15. She had just turned 15.
Just turned
and
15.
London Rose, that's all she could focus on. Mom, she's only 2 years older than me.
3 years.
Well, at the time, she was 3. London Rose had her birthday a couple of days
12.
later, but she did say 2 years older. And because our mom, she had the conversation with me, I know.
But we talk about math here. She's 3 years older. Okay.
Anyway, Derek, stop.
I got you, baby.
And so she said, this girl is 2 years older than me. So you mean to tell me I can swim in the Olympics? I said, yeah. You get the numbers. Yeah. Well,
we tell you this every swim meet. You can do whatever you want. You just got to put in the effort.
Yeah, I misspoke because I believe you have to be 14. I think.
Honestly, it just doesn't matter. If you get the numbers and you're part of USA Swimming, you're going to swim in the trials.
Yeah. So it was like amazing to see this child, this young adult, swimming with adults.
And competitive.
Yes, because Simone has a whole husband.
And kids.
She has a family.
Right.
And this little girl was probably too young to drive. Her parents probably brought her there.
This little girl is going to school when school starts back.
Yes.
Like, she's going to be in, the 9th grade?
But
How old are you? What grade are you in? You're 15?
Among 15, about 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade.
She's in high school.
And it's like, you're among the fastest swimmers in the country. Competing to swim against the fastest swimmers in the world. That is impressive. So that's all on the Rose could focus about. She was like, oh, that's Simone. That's great. But this girl right here.
Yeah, she's 15. I can relate to 15.
So, but anyway, let me tell y'all, when they blew the whistle
Oh, baby, hold on. You're moving too fast. We are in Lucas Oil Stadium. This is a football field.
Oh, yeah.
This is a football stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts, that they converted to a swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
That in itself was fantastic. It hasn't been done before. They didn't think they were going to be able to pull this off, which is crazy. So not only did they build this thing in a matter of like days, they had to truck it in pieces to put it together inside the stadium.
Yeah. And it was in the ground. When Derek told me this, I was like, okay, big deal. Like, and I've seen but he was like, no, they built it. I was like, okay. I'm thinking, they just, like Lego blocks. He was like, this is a football.
This is a football field.
I felt like he was calling me dum-dum.
No. So they had it. I guess they had a curtain, so they had it curtained off. I guess she thought on this side of the curtain, this is where the pool always was. But I'm like, no, this is probably like the 20-yard line of the football field. They built a pool
in the ground,
in the stadium, in the ground.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The experience was amazing. It felt like I was in a professional football game or basketball game with the lights. They had strobe lights.
It was a party.
The huge jumbotrons. And get this, the officials, you know how they introduced the officials? Mm-hmm. The officials came out to the Star Wars
such a Star Wars
Imperial March Darth Vader anthem song.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was cool though.
That's how you know it was a nerd's paradise. Yep. I was in awe. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, whoever does the music, that's my person. That's my
jam. That's my dude.
How did they know? And it was so cool. It was so cool. It was quite an experience.
It was,
because we were ambitious. You know, after our Spain debacle with the tickets, Derek decided we not gonna buy no tickets online.
We not buying tickets
we gonna
online.
buy them at the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's a 3-hour drive. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
So we drove. We went up to the gate, and let me tell you, first Derek was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna. How much it cost?" And I was like, "The nosebleeds are $35 a piece." So he was doing quick math. I ain't got money for that. You buying the tickets? We can go. I was like, "Can you just?" Okay. I said, "How about this? I buy my ticket, you buy your ticket, and we split London Road's ticket." Right? He's like, "Okay, we can do it then." So we make this 3-hour trip. We go up to the gate. Baby, it'll be easy if we just put it all on one ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So he has me pull out my card, and I buy all the tickets.
Oh, I owe you money though.
You sure do.
I'm sorry. I almost forgot.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, so back to the stadium.
You're on blast to all of the world. But, okay.
Sneaky self. So we get in there. And they show.
Oh no, we actually went to the convention center first.
Oh yeah,
we got there kind of early.
Actually,
Not
we didn't get there early enough
Yeah.
because the convention. Okay, the convention center was directly across the street from the stadium, and in the convention center, they had stuff. They had events. They had gear. People speaking. They gave away free things. They
seminars.
had prototype products like prototype goggles, prototype suits. They had the swimmer exercising machines that you can try out. They had games
that you can train upon.
Yes, that you can
train. What do you call it? Dry land training. Like the machines, like the rowing machines, but for swimmers, you lay on your belly and you kind of do your arm like you're rowing. Work your technique.
Yeah, it's very cool. And just all these amazing things for kids and adults.
For swimmers.
For swimmers, they had shops that you can buy,
the gear.
Official U.S. Olympic
gear.
stuff.
Yeah.
And we get there with 45 minutes to spare thinking, we're just going to walk through. And that was a regret of mine that we didn't go sooner. Like we had originally planned. We originally planned to get up early in the morning and make the drive. And we just
lollygagged around the house.
We lollygagged. We didn't leave the house till 1.
Yeah.
And the swimming event, the doors opened at
6:30.
We didn't walk over to the convention center until almost 6 o'clock. I don't know what we were thinking, but we got over there. And they had this.
I know what we were thinking. We thought that was inside the stadium.
Yeah,
because
we
the
did.
stadium was so large. Like, there's no way you're gonna have this in a separate location.
Yeah,
but they did.
They did, and what I liked about it, they had this huge kickboard, a swimmer's kickboard. It was huge.
Cool. Yeah.
It was about.
It had to be about 30 feet tall,
or even taller.
It was pretty
huge.
It and maybe 30 feet wide.
Yeah, and basically. They had it there for people to sign
well wishes
for the U.S. swim team.
Yeah.
And they also had a 50-foot tall American flag made out of
what does she call
swim
those?
lane
Swim
dividers,
lanes,
like the little circle that they float in the water. It was so cute.
It was pretty cool.
Creative.
Yeah,
it was very creative. So we went through that. And then we went back to the stadium.
Oh, we got our circle water bottles. Where you made us stand in line. They said, I don't want one. I want to carry it.
Yeah, I didn't want to carry it because they made me put my purse back in the car. And I have a thing that I like my hands to be free. So
yeah. They still had the NFL rules where you have to have the clear bag to get in the stadiums.
Yeah.
And so we had to walk her back to the car.
Yeah, because I had my Harry Potter luggage purse. It was cute.
Anyway, so we're back at the pool, and they're about to do the 50 meters, ladies 50
women's 50 meter swim, and that race lasted about 24 seconds. Everyone swimming had 24 something.
Yeah. And Simone won at 24:13, I think, or 24:03, something like that.
It was close because when I was just focused on recording her, and as I was recording, I wasn't sure if she had won first. No. But when they flashed her picture on the thing, I lost it.
Everyone was right there together.
Yeah, everyone. It was a millisecond.
Yep. Because I think second place, if she was 24-13, second place was 24-15 or something like that. It was
13,
very close.
14, 15.
Yep.
It was,
and even the young lady who was 15 was 24.
She was 24 something
like
so
that.
So she was right there.
Yep.
And, I had to explain to London Rose, there's a lot of people back there crying. What do you mean,
What do you
Mom?
mean? Yeah.
I says, baby, you got to think about it. These people trained. And for it to go down to a point 0.00000 something.
A blink of an eye.
Literally a point something, not even a full second, separated you from making that team because only one slot was available.
2. First and second went.
Oh, first and second went?
In each race, the top 2 go.
Okay, so it was out of 8. 8 swimmers.
8 swimmers. You get 2.
6 were disappointed.
Yep.
Matter of fact, Gretchen was the one that went with her, and Gretchen was the one that they were showcasing. And that was
she got second.
They were blasting in emails.
Yep.
It was look out for Gretchen. So after that, we had the men's 1,500 meter. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be boring. This is me. Oh man, we're gonna be here all day.
Baby.
15 meters.
1,500.
1,500 meter.
1,500.
Men's swim. I was like, oh.
That is 30 laps in a pool.
They did it in
14 minutes.
About 14 minutes.
14 minutes.
I would have still been swimming.
I would still be swimming right now.
And what was impressive with that event is that they had someone from Lexington, Kentucky. I'm like, hot diggity dang. You talking about somebody from the neighborhood?
Yep.
Swims at UK. Now UK is where
he's a freshman.
Yeah, and that's where our daughter dives, right? And we're sitting here like, wow, this freshman, you talking about a 19, 18-year-old?
He's actually a part of a competitive team.
What's crazy, he's part of KYA, which is Kentucky Aquatics. And it's crazy because one of the girls from my daughter's swim team said that she was leaving that swim team to go swim for KYA. And the girl had just told my daughter this the day before. And so, she asked questions and I'm on here looking at KYA. And the little girl's like, they have one of the best coaches in the country. And I'm like rolling my eyes like, here we go. Here we go. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold up now. Because our daughter did a camp at University of Kentucky a couple of weeks ago. And I'm not going to lie, that camp was stellar. It was amazing. They had my child looking like she knew what the heck she was doing. She looked so good in the water. And she was only with them for like 2 hours by the time I saw her. So when that little girl said that to me, it kind of resonated. I was like, man, that's in the country. Let me do some research.
Right.
And then only to go to the Olympic trials
and see that young man.
See this young man.
Yep. Just graduated high school.
Who swims in this program. I was like, oh, maybe that little girl mama know what she was talking about.
Maybe we need to reconsider some things. That was amazing too. That's another. A year ago, he graduated high school, and he's a freshman at UK, and he's swimming to become an Olympian. Yeah. Right here in the town we live in. Yeah. So.
And he was impressive.
He was.
He was one of the last to come in, but
I think he got 7th. So out of the 8, he was 7th.
Yeah, he was one of the last 2. But think about it though.
He's 18 swimming against grown men.
Yeah. Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. 1,500 meters by itself is impressive.
And to do it and hold the technique, I was watching everyone. I was in London Rose's ear, telling her to focus on their flip turns, the position of their feet, and everyone was just like spot on. Yep. It's just the difference between the guy that got first place. He just kept a consistent pace the entire time. It was a pretty
fast pace, considering it's a distance swim. And then she was talking about, he gallops in the water. I'm like, okay.
Well, gallops is an arm stroke, but
that's what works for him.
Yeah, London Rose, a gallop is a type of arm stroke. So to imagine how a horse's front legs run when they gallop, that's what a person's arm's doing in the water. And London Rose doesn't swim like that. And she thought that, maybe I can do galloping like that. I'll get faster. And I was like, baby, you got to do what works for your body. Right. She tried it for about 2 days, and she came and had a talk with me and said, baby,
didn't work.
You don't have to gallop.
You don't have to gallop. We tell all the time, we're not swimmers, but we listen to the coaches, but we tell all the time, if you just follow through with your technique, you'll shave time.
Yeah.
You'll lose at least 4 seconds with better turns and dolphin kicks.
Yep.
But she, at this point, has not.
She has. She's
She
working
hasn't
on
mastered
it. Yeah.
the turn and the dolphin kick.
Yeah.
So
But
there's still work there.
Our sneaky plan worked because right after watching the Olympic trials, well, actually during it, she's all in my ear about how she wants to go to the Olympics, and she's going to do what she can to better it, and she's been asking to see tapes of her. Like, I record everything she does, every swim meet.
She
and
wants
now
to see training videos.
She's
now.
asking to see her videos, and she's critiquing her own videos. So it worked.
Good.
It was good. So, back to the Olympic trials.
Okay.
After they announced the winners for the 15-meter men.
Right.
And they start to bring out all the winners from
that day. And then
the whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just so amazing. So beautiful. And it's like, man, I sure hate them flights of $2,000 to Paris because
it would be awesome to go to the Olympics.
Because we've been looking at flights to Paris since
ridiculous.
January. Actually, not even of course, I was looking for more flights to Spain.
We
I was looking for Italy.
We've been looking for a year, well in advance.
Yeah, and I was looking for Paris specifically for a while, but then I was being sneaky. I was like, "Ooh, what about we go to England? We know there's a train you can take. So what if we go to Italy? You can go to Italy and go, to England and take the train.
Yeah.
Spain,
Same
take a
thing.
quick. Nope, flights to all these places
Have gone up.
$1,700 and up, and they have been there.
They know that's what people are trying to do. Hey,
they know
they'll take the train in.
Yeah.
And come back.
Because you could very well stay in London and take the 2-hour train over to Paris. And it's a direct stop in Paris.
Yep. You can do all that.
So.
But then we were thinking like, oh, we can get there if we can get to Paris. But then I was like, where are we going to stay? I'm sure all the hotels are
I was
booked.
like, we could stay in Versailles.
I'm sure the hotels
just a
are
quick
booked.
train ride. But then once again, you could stay in London, take the 2-hour train ride over.
But I was talking about staying in Paris.
Yeah. But we were really trying to work it. Like, we really want to go to the Olympics.
We're trying to figure it out. I mean, I would love to do like a weekend, just fly over, watch some games, and come back. But it'll be difficult at this point. But so we've been to Indianapolis a couple of times, and we just want to talk about this crazy medical history museum they have. It's called the Indiana Medical History Museum, and it's located on the grounds of the former Central State Hospital, and some people call it the Crazy House. I was like, it is a crazy house. But this building, I think, was built in like 1912 or something like that. And they have, help me out here, baby. What is it? What is it they do? Pathology is what they did in that building?
Yes. At the time that it was built, it was like the cutting edge hospital for mental health patients.
Mm-hmm.
And they did research and provided health care for mental health patients.
Right. And this is where they conducted these strange experiments and put brains in jars and said, this is what a person with schizophrenia's brain looks like versus a normal brain. Man, that place was spooky to me.
Yeah. So they will take these patients, and when the patients pass away, they will take their brains, dissect them, and study them. And they will put, like if you go there now, they have these brains on display. They're actual brains, and they will have a description of the patient and their ailment. And this hospital was actually a place for medical students to come and study.
Yeah.
From all over the country. So they have I
think from all over the world. They mentioned people from other countries coming over and studying as well.
Yeah.
And they had the auditorium where someone would give lectures on what they found. And
they'll actually do autopsies.
Right.
There, they had a separate room as well for autopsies and a storage facility where they show where they kept the bodies and
Cadavers,
also
yeah.
where they cremated them.
Yeah. Everything was in house there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you arrived at the quote unquote crazy house, you probably didn't leave. it was a freaky place. Can you imagine like spending the night in that place?
I cannot.
Like, or going like on Halloween night
Oh goodness,
and spend
no.
the night there? They should probably do that if they hadn't thought about doing something like that.
Mm-mm.
They could probably make a lot of money because I guarantee you it's a lot of stuff spooking around in that place.
Yeah, it's creepy. They have a baby
Mm-hmm.
in a jar
Yeah.
on display.
Mm-hmm.
Like standing up. They have like the fetal skeleton
That skeleton, yeah. It's
upright. They had slides. They had a photography room where they would take pictures of the body parts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, a tad bit creepy as well, but the facilities are stunning. They're
Yeah.
beautiful facilities.
Yeah. I was thinking that at the time that was cutting edge technology, cutting edge medical assistance. And then you think about like they were just guessing.
Yes.
It felt like they were just guessing, like, this might be the problem. And they were doing what the lady said they would put these caps and do electrical
Yep.
stimulants. I'm like, that don't work. Who thought that was a good idea?
They did. That's why they did it.
Terrible. But if you're ever in Indianapolis, we suggest you stop by. It's something that everyone should see. So, honey, did you have any regrets about this short impromptu trip?
Not a one. Oh,
do.
we didn't get there earlier. That's it.
I have a regret. We should have done the whole weekend because we missed out on concerts. They were having concerts down there by that giant Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, they brought in the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah,
and
replica.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were having concerts. They had street vendors. It was sort of kind of like a celebration in downtown Indianapolis. And because we didn't get there earlier, we missed out on the festivities at the convention center. So I regret that. Probably would have been a good weekend trip. Spend a weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my regret. Yep. Well, that's it for our crazy impromptu Indy Olympic swim trial visit. All right. Later.
Ooh, if you made it this far, you are the true champion. You could have been anywhere, doing anything, but you instead chose to spend your time with us, and for that, we say thank you.
I'm Derek.
I'm Makayla. Rate, like, and subscribe. Do good, be good. Until next time.